And welcome back to the Sports Source. This is our final word segment. It's brought to you by junkbegon.biz and Games and Things at ourgameroom.com. Both of those places are open. Start with Games and Things. They opened up this past week, and you can check out their website. They do great stuff. There it is, ourgameroom.com. Get in there. If you've been looking for anything to make your life a little bit more enjoyable at home, they've got it. Whether it's big as a pool table or small as a dartboard, home theater seats, they got it all. And then JunkBegon, you saw a picture there already. I tell you, I use JunkBegon every year. Well, there it is in front of my house. It's there now, and I'll be working on it all week, dumping things in there. They do great stuff. A great way to do spring cleaning. JunkBegon.biz. Okay. Former UT Athletic Director John Currie, who's now at Wake Forest, fired Danny Manning as his basketball coach, and this week went to ETSU and hired Steve Forbes, who, of course, he had a connection to when Forbes was an assistant under Bruce Pearl. Interestingly, they also joined Dave Clawson, who was here at Tennessee, also when John Currie was there. So it's kind of like a mini UT over there. Here's the thing about Steve Forbes. It could be an impact on UT moving forward, because I know a lot of people, including myself, think that whenever Rick Barnes decides to hang it up, Forbes looks like a pretty good option to come in here. So now does this take him off the board? If he fumbles at Wake Forest, where the deck is stacked against you over there, do fans no longer want Steve Forbes because he won't have a glistening record, if that comes to pass? But also, are there a couple of assistants at UT who now might wind up taking Forbes' place at East Tennessee State? Desmond Oliver, for one, could wind up over there. Thoughts on how this might impact Tennessee?
Well, I'm going to flip it to a recruiting standpoint.
Okay.
If Wake Forest, which is there in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, let's say Wake Forest gets good, Rick Barnes has been killing it recruiting in North Carolina. Where's Grant Williams from? Where's Jaden Springer from? Where did John Fulkerson go to prep school? So from that standpoint, a strong Wake Forest with a good coach, a good recruiter like Steve Forbes could be an impact on Tennessee recruiting.
Yeah, might try to recruit the state of Tennessee as well with his roots in Knoxville and, of course, ETSU. And let's see, because I really like Rick Barnes' staff that he's put together in the way that it's developed. Kim English replacing Lanier a year ago,
and Mike Schwartz being the other guy.
Yeah, Mike Schwartz and Desmond Oliver have done a really good job over the last several years with Tennessee's staff, and they're going to receive opportunities because of Tennessee's success and how well they're thought of. So that's worth paying attention. They might be going head to head with Jason Shea for the head coaching position, former Tennessee assistant who is right now trying to get that job at ETSU.
I think it's a terrific hire for Wake Forest. I'm a big believer in Steve Forbes. Is it a smart move by Forbes? Because that is an uphill climb in that league, and you've got the smallest amount of resources. And Mike, they're not going to do the JUCO thing.
Yeah, Steve has been a strong JUCO recruiter because he played JUCO himself. He coached JUCO, and he said, I realize at Wake Forest I'm not going to be recruiting JUCO guys. You're always going to be, probably always, likely going to be number 4 in that state in your own ACC behind NC State, North Carolina, and Duke. But yet, Wake Forest has had some very good runs.
Dave Odom
and can get it going. So, I think it's kind of a tough job personally.
Josh, I think he could be unfairly penalized because it's a little like the Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen was a good coach, and he was doing it at a terrible place. But you had a lot of Tennessee fans say, "I don't want Dan Mullen. What did he ever win at Mississippi State?" Just the fact that he won at Mississippi State is impressive enough. If he goes over there and struggles at Wake Forest, I think people are going to look at it and say, I don't want him. He doesn't have a winning record. Or he didn't have a great record. But considering where he is, I don't know that I would take that against him. But I think it could work against him.
Yeah, I would not. I'm going to give Wake Forest fans the benefit of the doubt here that they're going to recognize that he's a good coach. And also, I think that bar right now is low. Danny Manning did not succeed. Wake Forest fans are starved for success. I think he'll find it.
But I mean, Tennessee fans who look at him toward the future may look at it and say, well, he didn't win there. We don't want to bring him back. So I think he would be number 1 on the list to replace Barnes.
Oh, you might be right. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. All right, very good. Thanks to Josh Ward, Mike Strange. Thanks to you. Thanks to all our sponsors. And to my cousin Alan Johnson. The whole family's thinking of you.